Hello and welcome to Lesson 3 of our module on AI-powered social media listening. So far, we've explored what social media listening is and how AI elevates the process. Today, we'll take it a step further by focusing on how to actually implement social listening effectively. Because let's be honest, having access to massive volumes of social media data is only useful if we know how to collect it meaningfully, filter it properly, and analyze it with purpose. In this session, we're going to cover 5 key areas. 1. Best practices in data collection. 2. How to choose the right keywords and hashtags. 3. An overview of top social listening tools and platforms. 4. How natural language processing, NLP, and machine learning techniques enhance our analysis. 5. And finally, a look at real-world case studies that bring all these techniques to life. Let's start with the foundation. How we collect social data. Collecting social data effectively is about more than just typing your brand name into Twitter and reading the top 5 results. If we want reliable insights, we need scale, consistency, and structure. This is where listening tools come in. Professional social listening relies on platforms like Hootsuite, Sprout Social, Brandwatch, or Meltwater. These aggregate data from multiple sources and present it in one dashboard. That consolidation is crucial. It saves time, gives you broader coverage, and lets you make comparisons across platforms. Now, depending on your technical setup, you might also access data through APIs, especially if you're building custom dashboards or doing research. Major platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram offer APIs, and listening tools often use these under the hood. The benefit: structured, historical, and real-time data, pulled in continuously and programmatically. But no matter what tools you use, define your scope. Which platforms are most relevant to your audience? For example, Reddit might be more informative than LinkedIn for certain industries. What time frame are you looking at? Do you need real-time signals or trends over the last 6 months? And finally, quality control. Raw data is messy. Your queries will likely bring in some irrelevant chatter, especially if your brand name is a common word. Think Apple. You'll need to fine-tune search terms using Boolean logic. Apple and iPhone might get you better results than just Apple. Remember, this is an ongoing process. You'll refine your filters over time, especially as slang evolves or new hashtags emerge. Listening is not a one-and-done task. It's iterative. Now, let's talk about the ears of your social listening strategy, your keywords and hashtags. Choosing the right ones determines what conversations you hear and which ones you miss entirely. You'll obviously start with the basics, your brand name, product names, and slogans. But don't stop there. A robust keyword strategy includes competitor brands and product names, industry terms and trends, hashtags, both branded and unbranded, and even names of executives, influencers, or campaigns you're associated with. Let me give you an example. If you're running social listening for Nike, it's not enough to track Nike. You also want Air Max, sneakers, Adidas, Just Do It, and maybe even Sneaker Drop. Another great trick: track community or lifestyle hashtags. A coffee brand might look at morning routine or one coffee addict to capture general sentiment about their category. You'll discover what people love, hate, or want more of, even if they're not talking about you directly. And one last point here: context matters. Boolean operators like and, or, and not help you refine queries. If your brand is Apple, you might use Apple and, iPhone, or Mac to filter out fruit references. The smarter your query, the cleaner your data. Let's now explore the tools that help you do all of this effectively. The social listening landscape has tools ranging from free to enterprise grade. At the entry level, you might use Google Alerts or Twitter's native search. These are good for basic tracking, but very limited. For professional grade analysis, tools like Sprout Social and Hootsuite, especially with Talkwalker integration, offer strong dashboards with sentiment tracking. Brandwatch and Meltwater are more advanced, giving you AI-powered insights, influencer tracking, and data clustering. Mention: Social Bakers, Sprinkler, and Digimind are great for industry-specific or regional needs. The best tool for you depends on which networks it covers. Not all are equally strong on every platform. Whether it supports real-time tracking, and what analytics features are built in. Can it detect sentiment, cluster topics, track visual mentions? Many teams also use multiple tools. One main dashboard for ongoing listening, and perhaps a niche tool for something like TikTok analysis or online reviews. Always test tools with trials before committing. And remember, these platforms will bring you data, but human judgment is still needed to interpret it. Once you've collected your data, how do you make sense of it? That's where natural language processing and machine learning come in. Let's begin with sentiment analysis, which classifies posts as positive, neutral, or negative. But it goes beyond simple mood detection. You can track how sentiment shifts over time, by geography or by product line. It helps answer questions like, did our new campaign improve customer perception? Next is topic clustering. Imagine you have 15,000 brand mentions this month. Instead of reading every single one, your tool groups them into themes, maybe customer service, delivery delays, or new feature feedback. This gives you a high-level summary to investigate further. Entity recognition is another powerful feature. AI detects recurring names, places, or concepts in conversations. For example, your brand might be constantly mentioned alongside sustainability or a specific competitor. That context is gold for strategic planning. You can also segment data by intent. Are people asking questions, complaining, recommending, comparing? Many tools use AI to auto-tag these types, allowing your team to route posts to marketing, support, or sales accordingly. Some even offer automated responses or alerts. Imagine a tweet saying, "I love this brand's customer service." Your AI tool might highlight that for amplification. Or if someone says, "I can't log into my account," it can auto-generate a support message or even create a ticket. Just remember, AI isn't perfect. Sentiment detection can misread sarcasm or local slang. Always sample your data manually to confirm the insights. When used well, though, these tools save hours of time and surface insights that manual reading would miss. Let's wrap up with a few success stories that show how all of this comes together in practice. Nike is a prime example. They spotted a viral comment from Jimmy Fallon joking about a hands-free sneaker. Nike listened, literally, and turned it into a real product, the Nike Go Fly Ease. That built massive goodwill and showcased the company's agility and customer focus. In another case, Nike tackled growing frustration about sneaker resellers by adjusting release policies. Again, listening first, then acting. Coca-Cola also leverages listening. When users complained about the flavor of Coke Zero, Coca-Cola monitored the feedback and responded with a reformulated Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. They didn't stop there. They sent samples to vocal users and influencers. The result? Better product alignment and a stronger reputation for listening to customers. Dior used social listening for strategic marketing. They noticed a surge in mentions related to K-pop, especially around certain artists. This led to partnerships with K-pop idols like Jisoo and Jimin, moves that increased brand relevance among younger global audiences. This is listening as a trend radar, not just a support tool. Finally, one digital marketing agency used social listening to gain competitive intelligence, analyzing a rival's customer complaints and pitch angles, and used that insight to win a client by presenting a more tailored strategy. That's the power of listening applied to sales and positioning. The common thread across these examples? The brands didn't just collect data, they acted on it. Listening becomes valuable when it flows into product decisions, marketing, service improvements, and even public relations. So to summarize, effective social listening isn't magic, it's method. It's built on smart data collection, carefully chosen keywords, the right tools and platforms, and intelligent analysis using NLP and machine learning. But above all, it's driven by action. Listening is not about staring at dashboards. It's about taking insights and turning them into better decisions, faster responses, and deeper connections with your audience. In our next lesson, we'll explore exactly how to use those insights to shape marketing campaigns, guide customer experience, and support your strategic goals. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in Lesson 4, where we will learn how to leverage insights from social media listening.